Good morning, my beautiful fam. Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today we have a bunch of updates to do. As you can see here, I have a ton of gear that we're going to talk about, and we also have the week 1 update of the BakeApple and the Knipex pliers. We have so much to talk about. Sorry that I have been MIA. The YouTube gods decided to try to censor the channel again. So I wasn't able to upload for a little bit. That's a very frequent thing that happens on the channel. I don't understand, but yeah, hopefully this is able to upload. But guys, we have a bunch of stuff that has come in over the past couple weeks, and I wanted to just update you guys on some of those items that have come through. And you guys know that when I'm testing, we do weekly updates on the items that we are running. That way we have an archive of information to refer to if need be. These are the two main items that we're testing this month. But let's do the update first, and then we're going to go over some new stuff and just talk knives, talk gear. Right here we have the old timer trapper. This is a little tiny trapper from the generational series that they're doing, made in the USA, which you can see right there. This is in 1095 high carbon steel. I've been using this, and it's just too small for me to do much of anything with. It's a nice little 5th pocket knife, watch pocket knife. It's tiny. If you have a day where you know you're not doing a whole bunch, but you just want to have a little blade on you just in case, this is a great little blade so far. But it's just kind of too small for me to do much of anything with. Came with razor edges on both blades. It's a really nice little knife. It's just, I don't have much to say about it because it's like so tiny. There's only so much you can do with it. Then we have the pliers that we're running for the whole month. I am carrying these alongside the Victorinox Super Tinker to kind of create a full multi-tool. And these are my pliers. They're working really well. I've done a bunch of stuff with these so far, including small plumbing jobs, and they were perfect. They're very small. They melt away in your pocket. I was running them in this slip from Lynch Leatherwork, but I ended up putting something different in here. And these are just floating around in my pocket. On occasion, they will pinch me. They will open up and kind of pinch me through my pants, but I just found that I like running these not in a slip. And they're also really useful for the lanyards that I do when you're pulling these little ends tight. These are just super useful to have in your pocket for all types of stuff. Pulling these tight when I do my lanyards, that's really helpful. They just kind of, they're in your pocket until you need them, right? And then you have like a superb grip on items, and they're just so tiny, and they're very precise too. So I'm really enjoying these so far. Again, not too much to say about them because, you know, we're only a week in and they're just little tiny pliers, but I really am enjoying these a lot so far. They're great. Now let's get into something really exciting. So this is the Kyle Noseworthy BakeApple. This is a small EDC fixed blade made by Kyle Noseworthy up in Newfoundland, Canada. He sent this along for testing and review. Yes, I did pay for it, but I did get a slight discount for being a content creator and knowing Kyle for so long. But yeah, I did pay for this, so this is a non-biased review and testing and opinions on this knife. I've been using this since the beginning of June every day, and this is a wicked little knife, guys. Very, very small. Let's bring in something for size comparison. We'll bring in a Sodbuster Jr. real quick, because a lot of you guys know the size of that. Stay. Yeah, so we got a little Soddy Jr. here. Very small knife, as you guys know, and the BakeApple is not even as long as a Sodbuster Jr. So really putting into perspective here how pocketable and concealable this small blade is. I do also have a small Sebenza 21 in my pocket, so we'll just bring that in too here, because a lot of you guys know the size of the small Sebenza from Chris Reeve. Again, a small EDC knife here. And this just, again, kind of dwarfs the size of the BakeApple. So a very, very small EDC fixed blade, but extremely capable, especially with the configuration and design that Kyle came up with. So, as you can see, the small Sebenza has, at least an inch, maybe even an inch and a half on the BakeApple. But this little fixed blade it's a very intelligent design, and you can tell when somebody creates something that actually, uses a knife. They tend to be very simple. There's nothing flashy about this. We have no, finger choils and anything unnecessary. It's kind of just a knife that Kyle came up with that is actually meant to, do something and not just be looked at, and you can tell when you use this because it's literally perfect so far. This handle is crazy comfortable, and the way that he made this swell near the back, it's just, you don't need finger choils or anything to lock in on this, right? We don't need the handle to tell us where to put our fingers or anything. It's a very universal design that anyone could use, and it's so dang comfortable. I have been using this like crazy lately for everything. Cardboard, food, feed bags, rope, everything. And it is just a wicked little blade. Now, I will say, with certain foods like apples, because this is such a thick blade stock, it does want to wedge through those as opposed to slice, but that's expected with a blade stock this thick. And this isn't, even though the name is BakeApple, this is not really a knife that's meant to be slicing apples all day. It's kind of a workhorse of a little knife. So it does tend to wedge through things like apples. It would probably wedge through a pear. Anything harder like that, it's just going to wedge through as opposed to slice. But aside from that, food prep-wise, it does very well. I've been processing a lot of meat with this. As you guys know, I eat a predominantly carnivore diet with some fruits and veggies, and this is processing steaks, burger, chicken very, very well. I love the belly on this. I love the saber grind. The edge held up really well. I just touched it up the other day, 2 days ago, I would say, on a strop. It did not need to be sharpened. It just needed a touch up on that edge, and it took to the stropping very, very well. This is an 01 tool steel with a forge finish, and I touched it up on this strop that Michael Richter sent me. My brother over at Richter Knives, he handmade this strop, and he also made the diamond spray for it. Let me shake this up real quick. This is a diamond spray that he made. I believe he bought the diamond crystals off of eBay, and then he mixed it with water, and he made this 1.5 micron spray and sent these two things along to me, which we're going to talk about in a second. But this is the strop that I used to touch up this knife, and it worked very, very well. The 01 really enjoyed this thick, hard leather with that diamond spray on it. Just a couple passes, and it was back to absolutely razor sharp. I really like that. There's zero edge damage yet, and I have been doing a lot of tasks where I'm kind of putting pressure on that edge and pushing into hard surfaces. So, week 1 update of this knife, absolutely impressed so far. It is beautiful. It's very robust. It is rusting a little bit on the top because I got stuck in the rain with the dogs, and this was on my belt, of course, and it just downpoured on us for like 45 minutes walking home. So, unfortunately, there is some rust. That does not bother me. It does not affect the use of the knife. It's just cosmetic. But, yeah, week 1 of using this knife is incredible. I am loving this. The sheath is getting a really nice patina from being on my belt literally all the time. This is just very high quality craftsmanship. You can see it's starting to turn blue from my blue jeans. I wear like Levi's blue jeans every day of my life. You can see that the dye is rubbing off on there. But just a stunning little piece that's doing really, really well in my testing so far, aside from being a little bit thick. It would be cool to see Kyle create something a little thinner. He does a lot of very robust work. He has a homestead up in Canada. I think a lot of his models are pretty thick and rugged, and I would love to see him go a little thinner with something and try to create just a slicier knife in general, maybe even a slicier version of the BakeApple. I think that would be really cool because everything about this knife is incredible, and if we could just have like a much thinner blade stock with a full flat grind, I think that would be more acceptable to most people in the community because a lot of people aren't living out in the woods in a camper like me beating the crap out of their knives, right? A lot of people want like thin, slicey, that'll sail through cardboard. And that would just be cool to see from Kyle. So this is doing absolutely incredible so far. I can highly recommend it so far. Obviously, this is not the review. It's just the week 1 update. But what a beauty. I am really, really loving this so far. So yeah, I touched that up on the strop that we're going to talk about now. Made by my brother, Michael over at Richter Knives. You guys know him. He is the one that does all of my leather work at this point. The one that makes these gorgeous slips. Please go contact him. Fill up his books. He literally does the best leather work in the game right now. I love everyone else that is making leather products, but you gotta call it how you see it, and Michael is making the best of the best. He makes the best leather work in the world. There's nobody that does better than him. Everyone's doing a phenomenal job, but he is number one. So he made this strop for me. This is a paddle strop. It has really nice, thick, sturdy leather. I believe he said it's veg tan. It is hard. There is no give to this. This is a strop that... It's a real strop, right? So it doesn't have a lot of flexibility. This is something that you could honestly probably roll your edge on. So you have to be very careful when using a strop of this quality, because if you're applying too much pressure, I'm sure you could literally roll your edge on a softer steel like this True Sharp from Case. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. This is actually going to remove material. See, I've used this one time, and you can see the trail of metal particles from that BakeApple. This strop actually does its job. It's hard sometimes to find strops of this quality that actually do something productive. This is phenomenal. Very hard, especially with that diamond spray that he made. This is a strop that could definitely handle and move material on those more exotic, harder steels, like maybe Maximate, 15V, 10V, S110V. This is a strop that you could use with those. And it's hard to find a strop that will work on those types of steels because they're just treated so hard. But this is something that you could absolutely buy and use with any steel that you have in your collection. So I was really excited to get this through. It's just an absolutely beautiful strop. It's dirty because I've been using it, and that's just how we roll. Always mark what's on there so that you don't forget, because you don't want to cross-contaminate. But just a beautiful piece of craftsmanship from Michael over at Richter Knives. Really excited to continue using this on all of my knives. And he did make this spray. So 1.5 micron diamond spray, which equates to 13,000 grit. Gotta shake it because those crystals will get stuck at the bottom like you can see right there. But you don't even need too much. This will probably honestly last me my lifetime. You do not need a lot. You just gently spray enough to cover the top of the leather. He did sand this down. And this will take care of all of your knives. If you're looking for a one-and-done strop, guys, this is what you want. Right here. You want something that can handle any steel that you are going to obtain in the future, anything that you have right now. And the best part about this strop, which is really important and a lot of people don't seem to understand, if you have knives other than, small EDC pocket knives, a strop this wide is really important because I will tell you right now, it can be hellish working with larger fixed blades on those tiny little strops that are only an inch wide. This is awesome. This makes very quick work of larger knives. I mean, hell, even just this little fixed blade, like, look at how much of the blade I can cover with this strop, as opposed to something that's maybe half the width. This is a very productive piece. I really like how wide Michael makes these. I love the handle. Very comfortable. And it's also a strop that you could lay flat on a surface and use. You don't have to hold it. So, I'm just honestly super stoked about this. I get equally as excited about knife maintenance tools as I do actual knives. This is equally as important to me, maintaining my knives. Obtaining knives, super fun. But keeping up the maintenance on them and a nice sharp edge and all that, and being able to use different strops and compounds and sprays, that's equally as fun to me. So this was a very exciting mail call when I got these. I will continue using these, obviously. I may even throw up a review after I use a few different knives on that. But let's talk about some Saudis, right? We all love a good Saudi. We've had a few come through within the past couple weeks. Do I have any more here? No. These are the two Saudis that we're going to talk about. So this one is a Sodbuster Jr. from Case, and this is in true sharp steel. I just wanted to show this because this is one of the newer ones that they're making. They seem to be pumping out a few new colors of these synthetic Saudis. They have that red one, I think they're calling it the American Workman, and it has carbon steel, and then they're doing this bright orange as well in true sharp, and I just wanted to document how nice this is. It does seem like maybe we're on a good streak lately with Case in terms of fit and finish. I know some people are still getting lemons, and that's always going to happen, but the past month that I have been receiving Sodbuster Juniors from Case, despite the dealer that I get them from, they all seem to be just a little bit better than they were before. We do have some slight gapping, but if you know anything about Case's tolerances, this is acceptable and passable over at their factory. So that does not surprise me at all. But we do have a centered blade, a perfectly centered blade, which is really nice. We also have just nice fit and finish, no wobble, side to side, up and down, nothing. Really nice finish. We don't have that gritty crap working its way out of the bird's eye pivot. We have no debris buildup, really clean stamping, and edge bevel. Just like a nice, clean, even edge bevel. It did come with a slight burr that I knocked off with a ceramic rod. I will put my own edge on this when necessary, but overall, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. There's nothing about this that's wrong. And the edge is sharp. Like, it had a slight burr, but it's sharp, and it just even. Like, I don't know, this is a home run from Case. It's really nice. I don't know why we're not focusing, but yeah, this one was really exciting to get in the mail because it's just a good one. Decent snap, great action. So that one came through, and then this one, this is a brand that I do not have any prior experience with. I don't even know if I know the brand now. What is this thing? I think it's called like Taylor Eye something. I don't know. This is a German company that I do not have any information about, and this was obviously, as you can see, a gift from a subscriber, my friend Jesse. Where is the other one? He is a very nice guy. A very, very nice guy. And he sent me this as a gift as well, this 74 here. And then he was kind enough to send this along, and he got two Sodbusters, two Sodbuster Juniors, one for Nicole and one for Nikki, and all of them were engraved. Or laser etched, whatever this is. So, I mean, the generosity in this freaking community. I'm never going to understand how I got so lucky to find you guys. Because this is just above and beyond, right? I mean, look at these. This is above and beyond. This is so just crazy to me that someone would send me these as gifts. I am so freaking grateful and lucky. So, Jesse, thank you for doing that. These are awesome. Apparently, Jesse picked this up for me, had it laser etched, and then he liked it so much he got one for himself. But this German brand here, I just have no idea what they even are, but this is a phenomenal little knife. Very nice fit and finish. This is in, I believe, C76 carbon steel, so it does patina. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but it does have a patina starting. It came with a razor edge without a burr. That was really nice. We have a hammer forged blade. Interesting looking nail nick. Just a really nice Sodbuster size. Sodbuster design, I should say. And it is this, the same size as a Sodbuster Junior from Case, basically. It's beautiful. So I've been using it a lot. It's very nice. It's really thin, just absolutely great fit and finish. Really cool color. I like this. It's darker than seafoam green, but it's definitely not a forest green. It's kind of pastel. But that is just a cool little knife, and I've been using it a lot. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's something else that has come through lately that I've been using. This steel also seems really well done for a carbon steel. It's just holding an edge very well. It's very toothy. I really like this so far. So that's something that's come through lately. I'm riding it in this hitch and timber little slip here in the Pioneer size. And this is the farmer size from Hitch and Timber. So this is the cadet slip in the farmer size, and that's what I've been running the other Sodbuster Junior in. This one's much thicker with those synthetic scales. So you just want to make sure you get the right size. If you have a thick Sodbuster like this, you get the farmer size. If you have a thinner type Sodbuster like this, you can get the Pioneer size, and then they do make a cadet slip literally for the cadet. So there's that. Michael also sent this along. I haven't used it yet, but I'm excited to try it. This Case paste, I guess it's a polishing paste from Case for the bolsters and such. So I'm excited to try that. He sent this along when he sent me the sow belly. He gifted this to me, and I have been obsessed with using this. And just, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Doesn't that give you the fizz? Wood grain, black leather slip. No cutout on the top of this. That's something new that I have not experienced yet from Michael. Typically my slips have a cutout to kind of pinch the knife and pull it out. This one just clean across the top, which I actually really like the look of that. Those sharp edges is just aesthetically pleasing to my eye. And then we have this beautiful sow belly that is really something special. He gifted this to me. I had been wanting one. He had no idea about that, but I think he's just starting to understand my taste from us talking so much. And he sent this along as a gift. And I have been absolutely Loving this. This is a very snappy knife. And this patina is not fully mine. He sent it with a patina. He had used this and stuff already, but I have added to it, obviously. This is just a completely darkened blade at this point. Very much a matte finish with some beautiful black and gray and purple hues in there. I have been really using this lately, and this is just an awesome design that I wish Case did not discontinue. The ergonomic flow of this knife is absolutely genius. It just melts in your hand, and it's one of those knives that just makes sense. It's not supposed to be a collector's piece. It's not supposed to be something you just stare at. Somebody with a brain obviously created this design because it literally conforms to your hand. And it just feels really good to use. It's also, it's like thin and slicey enough to do a lot of finer tasks, but it's robust at the same time. It's like the perfect medium. Absolutely no wiggle in any direction. Really nice clip point with that swedge. Just another beautiful piece from Case that I really am enjoying using, and it's super thin, super lightweight. Fit and finish is absolutely gorgeous on this. But man, is this thing a little honey. This one's a ripper. It's just so snappy too, you can hear it. That's a good one. So this has been something that I just want to keep putting in my pocket, man. I just want to keep using this one. This one is an absolute gem. So, Michael, thank you. You are the man. Man, we're 26 minutes into this bitch. The fuck? Goddamn! We gotta get going. Okay. The Mustang. Been using this, as you can see. We have some patina starting. Another phenomenal gift that I don't deserve, but somehow got. And Michael made this slip for her. I couldn't even breathe when I opened this. Like, let's be real. What in the world? Now, he made this off of a photo. I sent one photo of this texturing, and he came up with this. Now, I want you to just think about that. What in the world? This is incredible. Look at this beautiful purple dye. Like, Michael knocked this one out of the park, bro. He's just a genius. And this is why I say that he's the best leather worker in the world. Because he is. I mean, look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. So, this is the home for my little Mustang. Absolutely stunning. It fits in there perfectly. This knife is really cool so far. I'm loving using it. Very comfortable. This is again another well thought out design in terms of the ergonomics, just everything about this is really utilitarian. Pretty thin blade stock, honestly. But this is just an absolute beauty. I have really enjoyed using this. And man, is this one snappy. Really excited about this one. Another one that I just don't want to take out of my pocket. And just look at that. Oh my lord. Whew! That's stunning. What else do we have? Another gift from another viewer. This was sent in to me a couple weeks ago. Well, both of these items were. So this is a slip from Lynch Leatherwork. A fantastic slip. Excuse the cartoons and calligraphy here from the kiddos. This is a very nice slip. Absolutely gorgeous. This is in ghost leather. I got this a couple weeks ago, and I was riding my Knipex pliers in it, and then I actually ended up putting this into it. This is a very large slip, and the thickness of this just needed something like that. I also think that these match pretty well. All of the colors and such, so I just thought this was a nice match. But this has been riding in the slip. This is a Northfield. I have never had a knife from this line from GEC. You can't really even see the laser etch there because this knife has such a patina. But a viewer sent this to me. They just asked for my address and they said, hey, I'd like to send that, this along to you. And yeah, it's just a gift. And I have never even seen one of these before. It came in the mail and I was like, whoa, what is this? Very unique, right? Very, very different from my typical users. There are a lot of characteristics about this knife that I have never experienced before. And this is actually really cool. This is a knife that I could carry as a primary knife 100%. Because you have this large, really useful blade here. Everything about this blade can just take care of itself, right? But then you do have that secondary little razor blade if you need precision or a backup blade or just, a little scalpel, really. A very unique design, not something that I would have picked up on my own, so I'm really glad that this came through because I'm actually enjoying using this and testing it out. The handles also are pretty thick, or the covers, I should say, are pretty thick. Very filling in the hand. So again, it feels like a very capable traditional knife. A lot of traditional knives, you can feel when you hold them that they're going to be apple slicers for you and sandwich cutters, right? This feels like you really could actually use this as a main blade. Just super comfortable, very filling in the hand. I've always been intrigued by this design of blade from GEC and Northfield. They do a whole bunch of models with this fat spear point blade, and it's always something that I've been intrigued by, so I'm really excited that I get to use it, and it works really well. Just this whole design is super cool so far. We have absolutely gone to Teener Town on this one. I'm trying to show you guys the laser etching, and I just can't because the patina is so brutal on this. But we have entered Teener Town. We got that patina. This one's just super cool. Really excited to continue using this. It's always nice to have something come through that you wouldn't have picked up on your own, and you just get to experience it because someone was so gracious and generous to send it along. So there's that. And we are still waiting on the knives from Flippin' Knife Center, I think it is. Those case knives that I told you guys about a couple weeks ago. We're still waiting on them. They haven't come in yet. We have a carbon steel mahogany Sodbuster Jr. We have the American Workman in red synthetic and carbon steel, and the orange persimmon in true sharp, I think. They haven't even shipped yet, but we're waiting, so I still have these two slips waiting for knives, and I have one other slip too, but it's not new, so I just wanted to show these guys to you. This is the Jersey slip from EDC Leatherworks. Randy over at EDC Leatherworks. He also has the Georgia Adventurer YouTube channel. But this is the Jersey size, and one of those Saudis is going to ride in here. This is in, I think it's called Catalina leather. But I haven't been able to use it yet because the knife that's going to go in it hasn't even shipped yet. So really excited to run that one. That's a really cool looking slip. And then this one, I'm sure you can tell, is from Michael over at Richter Knives. This is a whiskey barrel leather slip that he made me with beautiful red stitching. Really excited to run another one of those Saudis in this. Just look at this. Perfection. It's like he's a machine. Right? It literally looks like a machine did this. So I'm excited to get those knives in at some point in this lifetime to put into these. But, yeah, just more beautiful slips from really good people. So check out Randy over at Georgia Adventurer. Check out Michael over at Richter Knives. That's everything that has come in the past couple weeks, I'm pretty sure. I just wanted to show you guys all of those things and kind of chat about them and give you guys some eye candy for today. Please make sure that you go put in an order with Michael over at Richter Knives fill up his books. I want him getting that dang Etsy page started. I want him doing this full-time, guys, by the end of the year. I want Michael to be a full-time leather worker by the end of this year, and we need you guys' help, right? We need to get him to 1,000 subs, so go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I will link that down below. And please go fill up his books. Go follow him on Instagram. We gotta get this guy doing this full-time because we need to be able to access this type of quality on a regular basis, right? We need that. So, Richter Knives, go subscribe, go follow. Thank you for watching. I'm really just feeling grateful that I have you guys, that the channel is going well. It's tricky getting videos out on the regular because almost every video I put up ends up, for some reason, getting caught, and I can't upload for a little while, or I'm waiting for the appeal to go through, so I'm really sorry that, the videos are so sporadic, but I can promise you it's not my fault. I'm just continuously having to appeal my content, and it just takes some time sometimes. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video of showing off all of these really cool items. I love you guys so much. I hope that you go use your shit today. Learn how to sharpen your knives. I will see you on the next video, and I love you guys so much. Take care.